Hi, my name's Reverend Robin Achaturo. I'm a licensed clinical social worker for 35 years, an ordained spiritualist minister for 18, and I've written 2 books. My first book, Dance with an Angel, is my 22-month journey with a little boy who was dying of AIDS, and his mom was physically abusing him while he was dying. And we were successful in saving, we meaning the universe, God, and I, and my team of spiritual heroes who helped me, and physical. We were able to save this little boy who died of AIDS, his 2-year-old brother, because the mom didn't suffocate him 2 years after my little guy died of AIDS, but was safe. So the tools that I used to work with her and to teach her, I teach in my second book, I Am the Reluctant Messiah, and So Are You. So that's where we are now, is kind of going over the onion of feelings. In my second book, I Am the Reluctant Messiah, and So Are You. We're a spirit operating a human body, similar to how a 4-stroke cycle engine operates a car. We're the observer. We know that we have a body. We have 5 human senses that coincide with our 5 spiritual senses. Sight, sound, taste, touch, and smell. And then we have clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, clairgustance, and clairalience. And once we name our spiritual senses, we can claim them. And when we do, our life becomes much more magical. But we have to heal the stored trauma in our heart. And that's really key to stepping into our spiritual power. Why? Because anger, hurt, guilt, depression, loss are all very heavy, dense feelings. They're by no means bad, but we need to feel them to release their energy and their hold on us and to move up in vibration. So, stinking thinking is a term that Albert Ellis of Rational Emotive Therapy came up with, and my definition is it's the thoughts that we think that don't serve our highest good. Well, for most people, that's most of our thoughts. What is our stinking thinking? It's old tapes. It's the way we were raised. It's the shoulds we swallowed whole that we didn't digest. It's our ego. It's protection. It's a lot of things. But we are not our stinking thinking. We are not our thinking at all. We're the spirit that knows we think. So the world's become a place where folks are really acting out their rage right now. We can see it in mass shootings and all kinds of insanity. Plenty of us are walking around with our hearts full of feelings we never felt from our whole entire lives. Some of us were exposed to a family life filled with traumatic events. Often these traumatic events were invasive and they were directed towards us. This can include mental, emotional, physical, sexual abuse, or persistent neglect within our family unit. And the little us deep inside, we never were allowed to express our truth about experiencing these things that we went through in our families. So our unexpressed feelings get stored in our heart as blocked, heavy energy. And the only way out, in my experience, because I've done it for myself, is we have to feel it to heal it. And feeling it now is different than feeling it when we were a kid. So we are sensing beings. Even in our mother's womb, we sense what's happening. And at the core of all of our trauma is really a diagram of what I call in my book the diagram of the onion. So at the core of our trauma is hurt and loss. Hurt hurts. Loss hurts. We can feel hurt and loss even in our mother's womb. We're sensing beings. So in our mother's womb, we don't even have language yet. We have no way to decipher what's happening in our environment, but yet we feel it and it's real and it's true. Okay, so then we're born, and let's say that the grief or the loss our mother experienced while she was pregnant with us is still happening. So we feel and sense that. And for all people, for all living things, doesn't even have to be a person, our first response to hurt and loss is stop it. Hurt, that hurts. Don't do that. Anger. Anger's our natural response to feeling hurt or loss. Please don't do that. Even if it's death, please don't die on me. So our natural response is to feel anger. But how many of us can express anger to the source where the hurt and loss originated? Probably not many. So what do? That's in our hearts, the hurt and loss, and it hurts, and we don't want to feel that again. So if the anger isn't expressed, the next thing that happens is our stinking thinking, our ego tries to protect us by creating anxiety. Anxiety is really our fear of a perceived future hurt or loss. We don't want to feel it again. We don't want to go through it again. So our chemicals in our brain change and we create anxiety thinking that's going to stop it. That's going to prevent it. And then when the anxiety doesn't make the hurt and loss go away, the next thing that we do is we turn that anger on ourselves and it turns to guilt. And we may say, oh, I should not brush my hair in front of him. It's my fault. The truth is it wasn't our fault. So guilt is not a healthy response, but it's what universally we do when we can't express that anger for the hurt and loss that we feel. So guilt over time turned inward, beating ourselves up turns to depression. It takes so much energy to keep it down. We become depressed. We don't breathe. We might not eat well. We might not sleep well. And my experience has been for 35 years and more than that because of my own life and how I've applied this in my own life is that go backwards. You have to feel it to heal it. And each episode and experience where we experience these feelings and we don't feel them piggybacks onto the other, and then we wonder why people are losing it. So it's really important to feel our feelings and express them and release them so that we're free of their energetic hold and heaviness in our heart. So I will leave you with that. Thank you.